Hey everybody, what's up? We're back. It's been a minute. We didn't get to see everybody last Sunday. It was a holiday weekend. It was 4th of July. So we kind of took the holiday off. We had to kind of recoup and now we're back. It's already been a week. It's crazy. I can't believe it's already Sunday. I'm not on the boat today, as you can see. Unfortunately, Jake and I want to check in. We haven't talked in a little bit. I mean, we text almost every day. But really, Jake and I are hoping for some more engagement from the audience this week. We really want to hear about how other people are doing too. This isn't just mine and Jake's story. We want to hear from you guys too. So if you're looking for a place to talk about your sobriety in a safe zone, this is the place to do it. Talking about trauma recovery, talking about DHS corruption. If you've experienced it, tell us about it. We want to know. We want to hear about this. We're all about shedding light on these situations. We want to shed light on the corruption of CPS, shed light on the corruption of foster care, because that's what we're dealing with. And we know that we're not the only people. So if you're just tuning in, my brother Jake is going to be joining us. We're going to be talking, answering questions, and opening the floor to anybody who just wants to express their own survival. How do you do it? I've been talking about my story for about 2 years now. Just reached my 2-year sobriety on July 7th, which was 4 days ago? So I'm like 2 years, 4 days sober. Bridget says, "Hey, beautiful." And I say, "Hey, beautiful. What's up? How you been?" Jake's going to be on here soon. I just like to come on and kind of get a little bit of a head start sometimes. Anybody got some sober time under your belt? I want to give you a shout out if you do. Even if it's just 24 hours sober, even if it's just 5 minutes. How was everybody's 4th? Anybody get through the 4th with all their fingers still intact? The 4th is a really hard holiday for me to not drink. Like, that was always my go-to. Like, that's when I knew that I could really get wild and crazy, was on the 4th of July, because everybody else was too. Bridget says, "Same shit, different day." Heard that. But always faithful to the same toilet. That's a good one. I've never heard that. Same shit, different day. Always faithful to the same toilet. I switch it up. I'm not on my boat. I'm up in northern Maine right now. I don't know exactly how long I'll be up here, but I just wanted to switch it up, switch up the energy. So now instead of the ocean, I'm at the lake. Can't walk into the gas station without giving 100 hugs, which is fine. That's part of being home, right? Which is weird. I didn't really ever consider Presque Isle to be home, but it is. I've been coming up here off and on since I was 18 years old. Ray is back. He says, "Hi all." Hey Ray, it's been a minute. How are you? How's life been treating you? I really kind of haven't stopped today. I was on a podcast earlier today. Two Lights in the Darkness is the name of it. She lives in England. Her name's Erna, but they interviewed me today about my book. So once that comes out, I'll be dropping it for people to see. So that's exciting. I did a live stream yesterday too. But I just did that solo. I just felt like maybe it's good for me to kind of spew out all the craziness I have going on instead of spewing it on Jake. Just give him a little bit, don't overwhelm him. Bridget says, "The 4th and New Year's is always the hardest." Yeah. Fireworks sounds like pew pew shots. I witnessed my first friend at age 4 get unalived by her dad. Then he unalived himself. He didn't even know I was in the house. So this happened on the 4th of July? How old? Oh, at age 4. Were you age 4 too? That's some trauma. Ray says, "I'm alive." I'm glad for that. "I'm alive. I had a 14-year-old run over my foot and I got a case of gout because of the crush injury. I am on the mends. Been busy with church. Got a new side-by-side. New use side-by-side, but life is good." Well, I hope your foot heals soon. Jeez. What did they run over your foot with? Was it with the new side-by-side? Awful. But I'm very happy for you on the new side-by-side. That's awesome. It says, yes, I was 4 too. So Bridget was 4 years old when she saw her friend get shot by her father, killed his daughter, and then killed himself in front of Bridget. In better news, here's Jake.
Hello.
What's up?
What's going on, Sabrina?
I'm good. I'm not on the boat, as you can see.
Yeah, you're up north right now, right?
Yeah. It's all right.
I was
It's
gonna
all
say,
right.
are you happy about that?
I'm not even like bummed about it or anything. It was like crazy, crazy hot. So I didn't care about getting off it.
That's how it feels in this fucking house right now. It just gets too hot in here.
I wanted to read some of these comments really quick. Ray says the kid was intoxicated. His father just passed away in a boating accident because he was high as a kite, and the kid was drunk and was just stupid. And I can't be mad at the kid. I did STEM stuff too when I was a kid. Me too. I mean, especially when your dad passes away. Ray was just saying his foot got broken. A kid ran it over. Bridget asks, how close do y'all live near each other? Depends on where I am.
Few hours, roughly.
Yeah. If I'm in Portland on my boat, then we're only an hour away from each other. But when I'm in Presque Isle, we're like 3.5.
Roughly, yeah, give or take. Yeah, it's distance, but
I actually even thought about if we were going to stay on the boat, we were talking about maybe coming to Rockland to come scoop you up if you were up for it, to go to the reggae. It's like a reggae fest in Rockland right now, isn't it?
Blues festival.
Blues,
something.
yeah. Is it lame?
I've been to it before. It's just crowded and loud and not my cup of tea, really.
Yeah.
I'm also not really into blues. If it was like a rock festival, that'd be completely different. But
I thought it was reggae.
Yeah, I think they do something else like that.
Either way, we didn't end up staying. Yeah, we couldn't stay. So,
well, you're always welcome to come pay a visit regardless. So,
yeah, we're due for one for sure.
So, how's the streaming going? How's everybody doing today?
Yeah, how is everybody? We just had it. We're introducing Jake, but we want to hear from you guys too. We were just talking. Bridget was talking to me about trauma she saw as a kid. She was 4 years old and at her friend's house, and the father of her friend shot and killed the girl and then killed himself. And she saw it all.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. I don't know how you move forward. Well, she was only 4.
Yeah.
She probably didn't even realize what she was watching at first. Yeah.
Probably not. You must have
still,
just been
you're not going to forget it.
I can't even imagine.
No. I remember there was this is actually when I was living with our mother. It was that summer of 2013. There was a 4th of July parade that was going on. So I went down there with a few friends and was just kind of watching, enjoying it. And I don't know how this happened, but there was like these antique tractors that were getting used, and they were going down the road, and there was this older guy on one of them, and the one behind him somehow like bumped into him, made him fall out of the tractor, and then it ran over his head. And he died right in the middle of the freaking parade.
And you saw that?
Yep. I was just like,
whoa,
baffled. I was like, what the fuck just happened? And of course, everybody's scrammed. They like tried to get the tractor off, but his head was crushed.
Like, how old were you when you saw that?
It's 2013. I was with her, so 18.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
But that was my first experience with something like that. So, yeah, I remember I was like in shock. I remember I actually ran up and I was like telling Michelle about it. I was like, I can't believe it just happened. I remember she kind of like not shook it off, but I know she's seen a lot worse probably. But she kind of, I don't know if she downplayed it. Maybe she would have been different if she'd saw it. I don't know if she fully understood what that did to me. I was like,
I'm surprised she didn't. That's a very traumatic thing to see.
Oh, and there was like kids that saw it and everything. Like, I remember there was like parents were trying to like cover their kids' eyes, and then
that is horrible. Bridget, no, not on 4th of July. Oh, I'm sorry. She says, but 4th of July and New Year's is hard because the sound of fireworks sounds like pew pew shots. The visions come back each time. I can only imagine. Fireworks are like, they're really triggering for a lot of people. Did you watch fireworks this year?
No. I mean, I just heard them when I was out there that day, but I didn't see them.
I sort of paid attention. I noticed that like there wasn't very much turnout for these things this year. People aren't very patriotic this year. Not to get into politics, it was just an observation.
It's probably a combination of that, but also a lot of people I think are vying to just get their own, like have their own little thing where they shoot off and just have fun with family or whatever instead of going to an event.
True.
I think a lot of people are nervous about public events more than they used to be. Because I remember when I was growing up, my dad, he would always take me to the waterfront. We'd always go there and watch them every year. But people are just nervous about public events now between something going on with the fireworks or something even worse happening. because of how current times are.
I swear, like the whole time I was watching the fireworks, I was just like looking up at the sky at all the planes, like just nervous every time I saw a weird plane.
Yeah.
I'm just nervous right now.
Part of your personality, you know. There's nothing wrong with that.
True. I am a nervous Nelly.
We have our reasons. And also apologies to everybody for us not doing our podcast this week. We were just kind of caught up in stuff. We were busy, so we also felt like it'd be a good idea to have everybody get to just enjoy the day, not have to worry about catching our show or whatever. So I hope everybody did have a good 4th, though.
Lauren says, I'm nervous too. Just like in general. Yeah, you're another nervous Nelly. I've always been that way ever since I was a kid. It was just everything gave me anxiety. And I always saw the worst case like scenario in anything. Like I wouldn't even fly a kite because I was convinced I'd fly the kite into a telephone wire and get electrocuted. And
I'm not like laughing at you. It's just
like I was the most scaredy cat little baby.
That was like me with bugs.
Oh.
Bees, of course.
Oh, Bridget has a good question. She says, what was y'all's first impression of each other after not seeing each other for years? What was y'all's first conversation? If it's too personal, you don't have to talk about it. How long did it take y'all to see each other? I'll just answer the last one really quick. It took 27 years, pretty much. Well, there was one time that Jake's dad was able to bring him over, but...
Yeah, there was one... We're kind of mixed on counting that because it was such a random... We didn't really get to know each other or anything. It was unexpected on both ends.
Yeah.
Besides that, as far as like actually knowing each other, long time. Since
27.
I was 4 and you were 5.
Never forgot ya. Never forgot ya.
Oh no.
I found Jake's Facebook page when I was 16 years old, but my adoptive parents wouldn't let me reach out to him. They wouldn't let me talk to him. And then so after our mom died, Jake was 18 and I was 19. He reached out to tell me, and Jake and I have talked on the phone a few times, but both of us were usually like wasted. So we would just call each other and like not really build a relationship because how can you do that when you're blacked out? Or we'd just cry, or I would yell at Jake to stop talking about our mom because I didn't allow it. So then when we first met, I mean, my first impression of Jake was all I could see was 4-year-old Jake still. Even though there was long hair and different glasses and a beard, when I see your eyes, it's like, that's my little brother that, I wanted to protect. So my first impression was I need to protect this guy. And it's going to be really hard to let him go. Like when I hugged him, I felt like a piece of me kind of come back together.
Yeah, it was definitely pretty emotional to say the least. And it was a very, not like a traumatic emotional, a very happy, relieving emotional.
Still kind of scary.
Yeah, it was very scary because I knew I knew who you were. I knew you weren't going to bite me or anything, but it was just like, after so long, you're worried, like, is it going to be like this perfect thing, like in the movies, or is it
going to be another disappointment?
Right. No, she just gave me a hug and gave me her copy of the book, and she came inside and we chatted for a little while, probably a good couple hours, went out to eat. Yeah. First conversation that basically was about Michelle, really.
Absolutely.
I just immediately went and grabbed the pictures and
her journal
and just immediately dug in with it. So I felt like that was probably where do we start? We start with what brought us together in the first place. So
yeah, that was like when we had our phone call with Abby. The first time me, Jake, and our little sister Abby all were in the same room. It was just like a 3-way Zoom call. Mm-hmm. But the first thing we all said was, what do you remember about that day? Yeah. Let's compare notes. What does everybody know? Abby didn't know anything because she was so young, but she knew what she was told.
Abby's honest, and I've explained this to you before, and hopefully I'm not getting like too personal, but I always worried, I think, about her the most when we were growing up, because I at least like had an idea of where you and our oldest sister were, but as far as like Abby, it just complete mystery.
Well, it was so scary for us because we were so loving to Abby and protective. And then one day she just wasn't there anymore because she didn't get put into foster care. Her dad removed her from the family before it, just days before, really, it exploded. So we just never knew where she even went. We didn't even know if she was in Maine. We didn't know if she was in Pennsylvania.
That was the biggest lead I had, and Michelle basically confirmed that to me when I was living with her. She said, "Nah, she's pretty sure that that's where she was," but she knew that no contact was going to be had, and unfortunately, it took her passing to basically hear from Abby again.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it was kind of like a bittersweet thing. I lost my mother, but then found Abby. So
and it's like the only thing our mom wanted was for her kids to get back together, but she had to die for it to happen. You know, it's like, so
I think looking at it now, like if she were asked that question, if it would take her life for them to get it or for them to have that connection, I feel like she would have accepted it.
I just got goosebumps because you're totally right. She would.
It seems like every major holiday now, you know, always tend to go back to thinking about our childhood because do you remember what we would do on the 4th of July? Do you have any memories?
No, actually. Yeah, I don't.
Did we ever get taken to fireworks or anything like that?
I don't remember them. I have a feeling that we would end up going to our dad's. Like I'd go to my dad's, you'd go to yours. But I don't remember 4th of July. I was probably, oh yeah, that's right. I would go to my dad's. I just remembered a memory of him taking me to a parade, to a 4th of July parade. Yeah.
Sometimes that's what it takes.
Yeah, it just popped in my head, that memory, digging it up.
It's cool that you got to do something with him at least.
Yeah, he'd take me to the beach a lot. He was doing stuff with me. You know, he was a good dad. Bridget, so you, Jake, are the only one who got to reunite with y'all's mom before she gained her wings.
Yes. Twice, as a matter of fact.
Only one, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting in a way. For some reason, I don't know what it was, but mom was able to get in contact with me, probably because my dad maybe was a little more open towards anything like that, as opposed to, you know, the other parents. Because he made it very clear with her that she has to get clean. So I think when I initially got to see her again, that was a big part of it, is that she was in detox. So she was going to come back to
Making an effort, yeah. Making an effort to be clean.
So I guess in his eyes, he was like, all right, well, I guess it's time that, you know, maybe we introduce you to his life. And we'll start from there. She stayed with us for a little over a month, and then she had to go due to, I think, that prison issue where she went and served.
So you were 13 because it was...
Or it was 12 still.
Oh, so I was 13.
Yeah, it was
she got
sentenced. February 28, 2008.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I didn't really speak to her again for years until Facebook. She found me on Facebook. I added her because we did exchange notes while she was in prison, of course, and that's where she wrote the journal. But yeah, after that, it was just strictly Facebook, but I was kind of kept my distance though on Facebook. I would sometimes go months without saying anything to her. And I could, after a while, she would get frustrated. She'd like send messages saying, I don't know why you're ignoring me and things like that. I didn't know how to
make statuses.
Yeah. Until finally, you know, one point I did kind of start to talk to her a little bit, but then things went really over the head once I decided I was done living with my fathers, which was a whole thing. And she allowed me to come back with her. She checked with him to make sure it was okay. He said he's almost 18. He can make his own choices. That's what it was. And I went to go stay with her. And I was with her from March 2013 up till she passed of January that next year. So it was almost a year. But she got to at least have a birthday with me. We got to have a Christmas together. And it wasn't anything fancy, but still, it was just being with her. I was like, at least I had that little bit, that small part of the child in me was healed during that time. Probably more so if I had never had that reconnection. At least I got something, I guess, you know, and I felt like that's why she gave as much love to me as she could, because she knew that she also wanted to give it to my sisters as well.
Without you, I wouldn't have been able to figure out anything. Like I wouldn't have any answers.
And even when I was staying with her, like, because I was always asking questions about when we were little, she had all kinds of stories. I wish I could remember them. A lot of them. I remember like bits and pieces of them, but yeah, I always remember, again, she always came down to the fact that we were all super close when we were kids, inseparable. We were a very tight unit. She loved us all the time. She said she never stopped. She said she would cry herself to sleep almost every night over the years during her drug use, wanting to know where we were, if we were okay. She had no way to know. I feel like that took a lot of years off her life, just that alone. Just constantly worrying, not knowing.
Oh, for sure. That trauma of having your kids ripped away, that definitely took years off her life. There was like Jake let me read the journal that our mother kept for him while she was in jail. She had to do a year, but she kept a journal and I got to read through it. And it was crazy because she had wrote an entry when I was like 13 or 14 years old, saying that she had a really bad feeling about me and that she kept having dreams that there was something seriously wrong with me. And it was like mother's intuition. She was right.
I mean, depends on how you interpret it. I don't think she meant it in the sense that you were like fucked up or anything. I think she was just worried of like
how I was being treated,
what you were potentially going through, and she was probably always worried. Whereas with me, I guess she was at least a little more at ease because she knew I was with my dad.
And she knew your dad, right? Did she ever say anything about my adoptive parents to you?
I don't think so.
I don't think she ever.
If she did, I don't remember. I don't think she probably had any lead as to where even you would have been at.
No, probably not. There's just no way.
Because they were the type to like completely keep you away from her in every regard.
Yeah. They didn't even let it possibly be a chance that she could even send me a letter, Because
they probably knew it threatened everything that they had basically told you all your life.
Definitely. Yeah. As far as I knew, our mother was dead. Bridget asks Jake, which one of your sisters looks like your mom and which one acts more like her personality? I bet I could answer that. No, I want to hear it from you.
As far as, Sabrina, she may agree or disagree. We're siblings, so we're going to have a very hot take on this, I guess. But
yeah,
personality-wise, without a doubt, Sabrina. No question.
I am my mother. My mother.
You and me were literally, I think, got the strongest genes, I think, in terms of how she is.
Yeah.
But in terms of the looks overall, I would probably say our little sister. My eyes, for some reason, just really, really resembles her. When I first saw my little sister on Facebook, I was mind blown.
Because she looks just like her.
I was like, she looks like a young version of her completely. I was blown away.
It's crazy.
Whereas Sabrina and I feel like we also kind of have a little bit of semblance probably with our dads to a degree too.
I don't look like either of them, I feel like. Sometimes I see Michelle a little bit, like maybe in my eyes. I don't know where this nose came from.
I think in the face where we kind of have a little bit with her.
Yeah, I see it in your eyes a little bit.
Like even with my glasses off, yeah.
I see your eyes a little.
Oh, hi, Faith, by the way. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Faith. What's up? We're just chatting, just talking about whatever comes to mind, basically.
Yeah, we're playing a little catch up because of last week, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know. We all definitely retain a lot from her and in every single sense of the world. But yeah, personality. And I think I see it more in myself, especially because of recent years. Things that I've experienced because of the drinking, because of just recognizing the trauma, recognizing the triggers, and there's a lot of them. And sometimes it can be too much to bear, and you have to kind of shut yourself off for a little bit, and sometimes I think people get the wrong impression of me, and probably you too, Sabrina, when we're really quiet. It's like, it's not that we're ignoring people. It's just sometimes we really just need to shut down. And
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and just feel what we're feeling.
Recharge. You have to recharge and constantly feeling like overstimulated or hypervigilant. It's so draining. And I literally have to be completely alone to recharge. Same. No phone.
Basically, when I have to do that, I just put on music or just put on something to watch and just zone out. And I won't even really be paying attention when I'm watching. I'm just thinking about everything. And
I've been trying to meditate lately, and I'm totally new to it, and I don't know what I'm really doing or if I'm doing it right, but I think I did it kind of right. I listen to guided meditations, and it just, like, helps you control your breathing. I have to consciously, like, remind myself to breathe normal.
I feel like I do that in my sleep sometimes, where it's like I'll start to hyperventilate.
Probably, like, especially if you're having a nightmare or a night terror. I grind my teeth in my sleep like
Oh, I do too.
crazy.
I do
Oh,
too.
you
Really
do?
bad. Oh yeah.
Ugh,
I
it
remember
sucks.
Michelle was actually the first one that told me about that.
Oh,
Because
really?
again, well, we lived in the same room, so she would hear it. She's like,
Yeah,
"You definitely grind your teeth."
freaks me out. I actually had a dream the other night that all my teeth fell out.
Oh God, I've had dreams like that too,
Ah, yeah,
where
it's not
they're
the first
falling out,
time.
and you wake up and you're like,
I think it must be like a fear, a subconscious fear of losing something. That would make sense. That's probably what the dream means.
dreams. I feel are very open to interpretation.
Totally.
I love learning about them. I'm fascinated by them sometimes because I've always felt like it's like dipping your toe into like another universe where there's no rules at all, and
Never know what
whatever,
you're gonna see.
yeah, and they'll manifest based on whatever has been going on or what you've been thinking about. So if your mind has been like really anxious or like really frustrated, it'll manifest in some really weird ways when you dream. I experienced that a little bit this week, it just happens like when you're just exhausted.
I try really hard to, like, focus on things right before I fall asleep that I want to dream about.
Mm,
So,
it's a
it's
good
worked in the
strategy.
past for me, but it doesn't work with Michelle. I'll, like, think, like, "I wanna see her in my dreams, I want to," but I never have.
That's probably why I do have dreams for occasionally. It's because I still, even though it's getting harder to hear, I still remember her voice. I still
Yeah,
remember being around her, and I
right.
still remember her smile. And dreams are just so random. And yes, I have had nightmares about losing her before. Trust me, it doesn't get any easier anytime it happens. But that's how I also know what I experienced was traumatic. So, and it does stick with you, unfortunately. There's no. Is this a confirmed fact? There's no cure to trauma. Like it's just like, yeah, you can do things to kind of alleviate it somewhat, but
Yeah, it's like the cure is acceptance, really,
yeah,
and releasing it. It's a hard thing to, like, say that you're cured from. My
it's
psychologist told me I can basically bet on never having that diagnosis taken off my record. Like, it's always gonna be there.
like I've
It's like
heard before. The pain never goes away. You just make room for it.
it's a lot like addiction. Like, it's hard to confidently say this person is cured because you have to work at it every day. You have to get
Yeah.
cured every day. Same with trauma, I think.
Yeah, and as you've known, as I've known, you could be on top of the world. You could be doing everything right, and then all of a sudden, one day, you just, for whatever reason, decide you want to do it again, and then bam, you're right back to fucking square one, where you just are feeling like a mess. You're just, ugh. I
Yeah.
can tell you, anytime I've re-experienced that, it is fucking awful.
There is, like, the chance to learn something new about yourself, potentially. That's the only possible tiny upside of relapsing. Like, okay, there's something else you need to figure out about yourself.
Yeah.
But that's just more work, so it's not like it's great to learn that either,
It's a deep reflective thing when it happens, and it doesn't necessarily always mean that you lost either. Like, 'cause it's easy to think that way when it
that you
happens.
lost. Yeah.
Yeah, that it's like, well, this was all for nothing. I guess this is who I am. This is what I'm gonna do. When you do that, it's complete self-sabotage, and it's crazy how it'll come up sometimes.
Yeah, and self-destruction is just such a commonality with addiction. They almost always go hand in hand. That's like
Yeah,
what addiction is just self-destruction, and a lot of people enjoy the aspects of self-harm that it does, like
right.
I did.
Yeah, because for like, even though it's horrible, you feel like at least you're being true to yourself or some weird thing.
Yeah,
Like,
I would think that too.
it's just like I don't
This
get
is
it.
the real me.
Yeah, but then once it's gone, then all that bullshit comes crashing down. Like I said, then the withdrawal, then just the reflection. Oh, what did I do? And yeah,
Who am I anymore?
forces doesn't mean you failed. It just forces you to dig deeper and really ask more serious questions.
Yeah.
Like, all right, well, what caused this or whatever. Even if you don't actually go into a full physical relapse, even if you're just mental about it, it's kind of similar.
Yeah,
In
it
some ways,
is.
at least from what I've heard and read.
I think it is. I think it's very similar. What do you guys think? What do you guys think in the comments? We want to hear from you guys extra today.
Yes.
Because we missed you last week. So don't be shy. Get in the comments and tell us your thoughts. Who's got some sober time today that they want to do a shout out for? Anybody got some sober time under the belt? I'm going to go talk to a rehab in Portland in like a week.
Oh, really?
Did I tell you that?
Is it like just a meeting or?
No, it's like an actual rehab and they want like a guest speaker there. And they reached out to me to see if I would come talk to them. It's like 60 people. I don't think they realized that I applied to their rehab and they denied me.
Are you going to spew the beans?
I probably will, but I'm going to say it in a nice way just to like show I might not even say this rehab. I'll just say pretty much every rehab denied me. I didn't get into any.
Probably be the best way to go.
Yeah.
I would hate for them to shut you down while you're talking.
And I don't want to be disrespectful. All I'm really trying to just tell these people is I was such a lost cause that not even a rehab would take me in. While at the same time, the hospital was telling me I couldn't go home because I'd relapse. So I can't go home because I'll relapse, but I can't go to rehab because I'm a risk. What are my options? They didn't give me very many. So I checked myself out of the hospital and I just did things my own way and it worked. So that's really just what I want to tell these people is like, don't think you have to do like this any certain way. Like find what fits you.
I've always been so mixed on rehab centers. I don't know why. Because, the only time I went through like actual detox, well, technically I guess twice, but second time was like clearly a detox because, my life was bad.
Bad.
I mean, I was in the ICU. That's how bad it was. You're only going in there if like there's a chance you could die.
The seizures. I'm
Well,
sure
I
really...
didn't even have any of that. That was the weirdest thing. I didn't have a seizure, but I remember, I was trembling really bad.
High risk of a seizure.
And the anxiety of just not knowing where the fuck you are. And
the worst. I woke up last time in detox to a doctor like screaming in my ear. It was like I hadn't even woken up yet. I'd been in detox like at least 24 hours and hadn't woken up. So I wake up. Yeah. I woke up to this doctor screaming in my ear, "Do you want to die, Sabrina?" I'm like, "Where am I? Who are you?" And yes, I do. I do. And they're just immediately yelling at me. That hospital was hardcore. No enablers there.
Yeah.
They were harsh, but it was kind of what I needed.
Sometimes you really like gotta hit that true rock bottom mode for you to.
Well, I had been at that hospital just the night before and they tried to order detox and I checked myself out. I went in for stomach pain and they were like, "You got to go through detox." Yeah. So they're like, "You're back again. And you were just at the hospital a week ago." Faith says, "I want to share something with you guys." Please do. Absolutely. I went to a hospital as a 17-year-old for ECT. What is ECT?
I've never heard of that. Yeah, you'll have to tell me what that is.
Yeah, I don't know either. I could Google it really quick. ECT, electroconvulsive therapy, used to relieve severe treatment-resistant major depression or bipolar disorder. Patients are put to sleep using an anesthetic and receive a muscle relaxer while keeping the seizure contained to the brain. So they force a brain seizure.
I never even knew that was a thing.
I didn't think it was still a thing being used today, but I guess it is. Remission rates around 50%. This was a big thing that they were doing at AM High in Augusta, and they shut the hospital right down. It made me forget all traumas. I don't know. See, that's a scary thing. Would you want to forget your traumas, Jake? I don't know if I would. I don't think ignorance is bliss.
That would just make me have even more questions and just I don't know. As weird as that sounds, like I don't know if that's even the right or wrong answer, but because on one hand, would you love to have the relief of the pain of that trauma? Yes. But
does it take away all the symptoms? Does it take away all the triggers? Because I guess then I could maybe get
I think so. Basically, get rid of the traumatic aspect of it, like the symptoms that come with trauma, but not the memory.
Yeah.
In that sense, I can maybe get behind something like that.
Me too. You got me there. But I want to be able to remember my stuff. Lauren says, my dad had a friend with schizophrenia and they used that therapy on him. And about a month later, he actually died. Faith says, I would forget who I am. See, I don't want that. I don't want to forget who I am.
Yeah, that's too much.
The theory behind the therapy is that it resets your brain. Terrible, in my opinion, says Lauren.
Yeah.
Resetting my brain? It's like, do I lose everything that I learned from the traumas too? Because I learned a lot from my traumas and I don't want to forget those. Faith says, I love how short-term memory I was after it.
I like having long-term memory.
Me too. I like my
I only
memories.
remember what I've done the previous few days. Like, I like to have an objective and I like to learn from mistakes, but also from good things too. And
Yeah, I love memories. Like memories keep me going. I love to just like reminisce and
nostalgia.
nostalgia. Right? I love it. Yeah. Faith had to learn how to speak again, certain parts of language. So the more you talk about this girl, the worse it sounds. I don't think people should get electroconvulsive therapy. I don't know if it's a good idea.
I remember, so this is kind of related to the trauma aspect of it. So when I was growing up in school, I had to take speech therapy because I used to stutter really bad for whatever reason. So they put me in speech therapy, and it was weird because I was like, I guess in some ways a rare case where it went from like being really bad to almost not doing it at all. And then I was excelling in English and reading. And it was weird. And I remember I used to write cursive really well. I have lost that talent, but
you could get it back.
If I really tried, I guess.
I had a stutter too. I didn't ever have to go to speech therapy for it, but it did end up going away. Not until I was grown, like an adult.
Yeah, maybe mine was just worse.
Yeah.
I remember I needed like special help sometimes with school and certain topics. Like I know math was a big one for me.
Me too.
I could never learn it.
Me neither.
Other than the basic foundational things about it, like
even that, they almost didn't pass me in 3rd grade because I just could not understand the concept of times tables and refused to. I was just like, I'm not learning this. It's stupid. I don't care.
I'm never gonna need to know this. Yeah.
I don't care. I just want to go paint and collect rocks. Okay, please. So then they switched me over to the gifted and talented part of the school. I was like one of 3 kids. And it was just a class that was like highly oriented towards marketing and digital stuff. Like everything we did was on the computer, which this was in the early 2000s.
So you were
in writing. I had a great teacher, best teacher ever, hands down, probably the best teacher on the planet. She was fucking awesome. And she kind of called her class or coursework just more like enrichment. And that's what it was. It just like enriched you as a person. Lauren says, I was terrible with math and had to do reading in the resource room while it was more of a guided reading room, like one-on-one.
Yeah, resource room. I used to have to go to one of those when I was little. For like only like a portion of the day. There'd be some kids that have to be in there all day, but for me it was just for like one class.
Lauren says, I think I was so nervous about home life that I could get my mind in the classroom. You could forget your mind in the classroom? Like you got lost once you're in because you were still thinking of life back at home. That would make sense. And she says, by the way, Jake, I think we both went to Hancock Grammar School at the same time. Oh, what?
Did we?
What? When?
Really?
How old are you,
That's
Lauren?
Crazy that you could remember me if that were the case. She's got to be near my age if she went to the same school. Yeah, I was only in Hancock from kindergarten through 2nd grade, and I don't remember. I remember like a few people that I went to school with. I remember the principal, and I remember I was in the office a lot. We went there first until 7th. You're 34.
Oh.
Like, oh, that's right, because it went all the way up to 8th grade.
Larry Baker says, "Yeppers, nicely done. Sincerely, Larry C. Baker." Thank you, Larry C. Baker. We love you and we appreciate you. Lauren went there again at the end of 8th. Mrs. Waters.
What? Yeah, it was like Walters or Waters. Yeah, she had like glasses because I would always act up in the classroom. I would do things that were so complete ADHD. Like that's exactly what it was.
I can envision it.
I'd have to go in the office and just sit there, think about my thoughts, and they'd have to come back in. So, what did you learn?
And you're like, I learned to avoid you at all costs because you're annoying. That's what I learned. Lauren. She says, I had to talk to DHS in her office and I was shaking in my boots. That is a fucked up thing that they put kids through in schools, and they do it at the schools because the parents aren't there to see it. They did that to me. They came to my kindergarten when we were with Michelle in Machias, and they were asking me, I can remember like asking me if I got fed enough. And I'm like, yeah, like, who are you? Go away.
Yeah, no. I mean, once I got to Ellsworth and afterward from third grade onward, I still had to go to the office occasionally for things, and I could never like stay out of trouble sometimes. It was
Well,
because
you were in an environment that was guaranteed to fail you. Like when you have ADHD, like you're not supposed to be sitting in a classroom staring at a chalkboard. You should be out experiencing life and learning
interactive.
that way, interactively. Lauren says they pulled me out of the playground into her classroom and drilled me with questions. She's talking about DHS. And they didn't even care that I was coughing and shaking and pretending that I was okay. No, they don't care. They are going to write in your file that you seem very emotionally traumatized or something. They'll spin it. They always spin it. They spun it in our files. They twisted my words completely. It actually wasn't even my words. It wasn't even my words. It was my adopted dad's words. Sabrina's foster father says Michelle beat the kids with a wooden spoon. Sabrina didn't say that. Her foster dad did. He has no idea who Michelle even is. How would he know that? And I never said that. But it was in the file. It's fucked up. It's not right.
That's the thing. You just don't even know what to believe. Like, what do you do?
It's opinions, not facts in the files. That's the problem. This social worker just didn't like Michelle, probably was jealous of how pretty she was, or had a strong opinion about people who abuse Oxycontin, even though it was literally millions of people, especially in Washington County.
Were you a trouble child in school? Like, did you ever have to go to the office for much?
No, I was a good
kid. You were the complete opposite of me. Yeah.
Until I got to high school. Once I turned 15, things changed. Then I was in the office a lot, getting detentions, like never suspended or anything like that, but I was just always in trouble. I was always cutting class. I was always cutting school altogether, not participating in class. Like I would make teachers cry, just angry, really.
So you became a menace. Yep.
A little bit of a rebel, I'd say. Cutting class to go smoke cigarettes or hook up with guys.
I think that's what happened with us, was that we spent this whole life being overly protected, and that we just wanted to break away from that so bad. And once we finally did, that's why we pushed things way further than what most would in terms of how far can we go with like drinking or whatever it is.
Definitely.
To the point where we dive, we don't warm up in the shallow end, we go right into the deep end.
I agree, because I tried so hard to be good and be perfect. Jack, stop. To be good and be perfect, and then it still was never good enough. So I was like, fuck that. Then I'll do the opposite. Like everybody's always treating me like I'm a piece of shit, garbage human being who is so bad. I'll show you how bad I can get. And the drinking, yeah, just seeing how far I could push it. I always push the limits everywhere I go.
Yep.
Not anymore, but back then, testing people, pushing buttons to see what happens.
Yep. Now manifest even, like when I was a kid, when I would do stuff for the sake of attention. Like I remember one time, when this is one of the reasons I went to the principal when I was in Hancock, I literally, because remember we used to have those like sit desks.
Yes. The worst.
I flipped it over.
Jake.
Just to go to the office.
I've always wanted to do that. You're my hero.
No reason, just flip it over. Like
you were one of those kids where like if a thought came into your head, an intrusive thought, you didn't bat it away. You were just like, nope, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, like Dennis.
That sounds fun.
Literally just ridiculous.
Impulsive.
Well, I didn't get the ADHD diagnosis till I was in 4th grade, mind you. So this was all before that. Yeah. I think once that got determined, because they were going to keep me back in 4th grade because it was so bad, until they realized, okay, so now they understood what they were dealing with. And the medications they put me on would help with my grades, but then harm my impulsiveness or personality, or it would just make me more moody.
Changed you.
Affect my sleep and everything, and just So I was taken off of it.
Yeah, ADHD is like a tricky diagnosis to me because it's like, why do we have to fix that? Why can't we just create an environment where an ADHD person can thrive?
That's why I just don't take medications for it anymore. I just accepted it is who I am, and like you would have to like get really bad to a degree where I would feel like maybe I needed to be on some sort of med. It's like, but I already tried everything, you know. And granted, it was a long time ago while I was a teen. So who's to know how it would affect me now? But I'd be more nervous about me doing it now
I would be too. I'd be
in
very nervous.
my 30s.
I'd be very
It's,
nervous.
it's like I know who I am now. I don't,
And you can maintain focus on things that you want to now because you create the curriculum. You're not having to deal with a teacher telling you what to study, you know?
that
It's
was
like,
the big issue. Yeah. I
yeah,
wanted to be in command, you know, I wanted to be the captain.
yeah,
You know, and you're the same way, like the projects you do, you know, we like to take the initiative and do things our way.
yeah.
Which
I
is
like
probably why we
direction
worked
too
so.
sometimes. Sometimes, but it has to interest me. But luckily, I had a good teacher, right? Like I said, so she knew what I was interested in, and she kept it that way. She was my teacher from second grade until eighth grade.
It's a long time.
Yeah,
It's a good time
she
to
was.
build a bond and, you know,
Yeah, she was like a mom.
something you were lacking of. So that was probably extremely beneficial for you.
She was a total blessing. I have not been able to thank her enough, but I don't know how.
Sometimes it's not even about saying it, you know.
Yeah. Well, we're at an hour. What do you think? Does anybody have any last minute thoughts or questions? We can hang tight here for a minute. What else you got going on tonight, Jake? What are you going to do tonight?
Honestly, I'm not really sure. I'm probably
Yeah.
going to just kind of taking it easy, as you know, and I guess I'll share with people on here for those that I guess care. I decided to get done with the job I was working at because there were some issues going on in the workplace. Not like bad, like me towards them, but the other way around, where I was not being treated the way I felt I should have been treated. And it was starting to create this hostility, you know, this angst at work. You know that feeling, Sabrina, where
Oh, yeah.
just, you know, you're one bad day away from just flipping the fuck out. And I could just see where it was going. I was not getting along with the manager. I felt bad.
Crucial to stay at a job. Like, you have to like the management. If you don't, it's never going to work.
And I felt bad because there were a lot of people there that I did get along with that were really cool. But I was like, no, because if I continue to stay in an environment like that, I'm putting myself at huge risk of things going wrong really fast. So
Totally.
I had to do what I had to do to protect myself.
And I'm proud of you for like making that decision. It's not an easy decision to make. Like, it's not like you were just like, I don't feel like going into work today, so I'm not going to. No, like we'd like discussed it. Jake and I had talked about it. Like we explored every avenue that you could take, and you did what was best for you. And that's what you should be doing anyway. Do what's best for you.
It's unfortunate, you know, but hey, it is what it is. I gave it a shot, you know, and at least like I said, I did pretty good with my money as far as saving. So at least I'm in a boat where I can look for something else and at least know I can take care of myself at the time being.
Yeah.
It just goes to show that, you know, even in your 30s, you're still learning things, still figuring out how to approach things differently and knowing what potential triggers could be, you know, any
Still
emotion.
learning what we want.
Yeah.
Like for the future.
I take it as, you know what, I gave it a shot. Be proud of that. It didn't work out for you. That's fine. You move on. Restaurants are not for the faint-hearted.
No, they're not. It's super high stress job.
I think that I don't know if I could ever work at a restaurant again.
I don't think I'll be going back either.
You know, I used to think that the chaos was good for me because I've always known chaos, but
yeah,
I'm starting to think that, you know, my body might be in it, but my mind is not. Like my mind is stressed the fuck out when I get out.
Yeah,
like,
and you don't need that.
I can't even focus or game or enjoy anything afterward. Like,
not good.
Yeah.
You need to be able to take care of like your mind and your body and your spirit right now, especially in early like recovery. I still consider myself in early recovery at 2 years. So it's like if something is a risk to that, get rid of it now before it bites you 6 months, a year down the road, you know?
Before you know, you can, you know, just have that really bad day where you snap and then you go back to bullshit and then it's again, you're starting all over.
Starting all over. But not really. You still like after a relapse, you do learn stuff about yourself. You learn what not to do. It's not for nothing. That time before a relapse isn't discredited, you know. Faith, she said, I'm thinking of working in a restaurant. I left my job in finance because of being late daily. I mean, working in a restaurant is great if you want fast cash, quick cash. Although even now, a lot of restaurants don't do it anymore. They still pay bi-weekly, every 2 weeks.
I never got tipped or anything because I wasn't a server. I was just a dishwasher. So like,
Yeah,
and
a lot
that's
of
like the grunt of the workforce there, you know, and
it is
the least appreciated.
definitely.
Not by everybody. Some of the people were very appreciative, but others.
I always tried to be. I always tried to be super nice to the dishwasher because if you have the dishwasher on your side, you're doing pretty good. Because if the dishwasher hates you, they're not ever going to help you out when you need something. You spill something, break a glass. Why are they going to want to come help you? I hated to see servers be like that. They'd be nasty as fuck to the dishwashers, but the second they needed something, they're snapping their fingers. It's like they're not a servant, dude.
It's like
You're not above the dishwasher just because you get to go out on the floor and talk to people.
I didn't even apply to be a server. You know, I knew exactly what I was applying for. I didn't care.
Right.
I just wanted a job.
Right.
I can easily find another. I'm not going to sacrifice my well-being, kissing ass to a bunch of fucking people that got nothing better to do. I'm good, man. Like I tried. I gave it a shot, but the only real benefit I got out of it is at least I got to get my dog to the vet, get him what he needed. So at least he's in better shape now. So I can get rid of that worry, at least for the time being, and continue to focus on my well-being and just do what I got to do.
I love that plan. I'm
pretty
much right behind you.
A little bump in the road, but hey, it happens. Just get back on the road. Keep going.
Anybody have any last words? I should probably go eat something today. I have had a saltine cracker today, and that's about it.
Just one cracker?
Basically. And like half a piece of turkey bacon.
Oh, okay.
But I think I'm going to have a fire too. Maybe have some s'mores. I wish you were here.
Oh, I would definitely have some s'mores. I love s'mores.
So maybe soon, Lauren girl, go stuff your face. I'm thinking exactly that. No shame. Exactly. Eat dinner, honey. I will. I'll eat.
Well, if no one's got anything left to say, then I guess we'll wrap it up here. But again, like I said, apologize for last week, but we're back and we are, as far as I'm aware, going to continue with our weekly format. So
I'm down.
Here we go. I just killed the bag of cookie dough bites and popcorn at the theater with my two little.
That sounds so good. I love movie theater popcorn.
I love cookie dough.
That too.
Cookie dough ice cream was like my favorite when I was growing up.
Yeah. And I might be streaming a little bit on just my main profile this week too. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I did one yesterday just to see how it goes. But Lauren says you both are amazing. Either way, you'll be seeing us around. Jake and I will be back next Sunday. We'll say 6 p.m., 6:30. I don't know. Yeah. See us when you see us type of thing.
Usually Sabrina gets it going and then I join in shortly after. So, but
all right. Yeah. Thanks everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. Feel free to share our video or send it to anybody who you think might be interested, or, you know, I want to build up our views a little bit, reach more people. I'm doing everything I can, but we'll just keep working at it. And I think this was our 11th week doing this. So we're off to a good start. Next week will be at 12. So let's make it a really, really good one. Because that'll be our 3-month mark of streams. So let's make it really good. So see you all next week, and bye, Jake.
Bye, I love you.
Talk to you later. I love you too. And I'll probably talk to you tomorrow or later tonight.
All right. Yeah, whatever works. All right, y'all take care.
Bye.